Hello and welcome to this month's Maggie Moment. It's really interesting that of late I've been answering a lot of questions, whether on my membership or on other podcasts, around is this normal? I'm worried about this. And it kind of landed on me that one of the things when we become a parent that we really need to embrace and understand is that your child is a one-off. Like, they've never been here before. They have never walked this earth. They will never be here again. No one like them has ever been here before. And so when we kind of get concerned about things, we must be comparing our child, our unique child, to something else, whether it's a growth chart or it's a developmental timeline. And I just want to reassure you again that your biggest challenge as a parent is to work out who the child is who has landed in your lap. I've written lots of things around the, potential differences between our boys and our girls, even in a gender fluid world. And I've explored a lot about things that come on the epigenetics, so they come on the DNA. We know that anxiety can be hereditary. We know being neurodivergent is hereditary. We know that temperament can be hereditary. So we never quite know what we've got. And I think that's my challenge, is I want you to see it like a puzzle that you have to work out. And if we're open to exploring who our child is without necessarily putting it through the lens of measures, I think we're going to find it easier to accept the child we have. I still remember a mum emailing me and asking me which school to send her 6-year-old son to in Melbourne. And I reassured her that she is the right person to make that decision, because I've never met her son. I don't know much about Melbourne other than it's got some great food and it's fabulous art and it's freezing cold in winter. So I wasn't the right person. And sometimes as a parenting educator, people will ask me, what's the right thing to do? And my job is to give you some possible ways of viewing your question differently, because you are the best person to be able to sort out the solution to what's challenging you. So when you have, a challenging child, the challenging child can be challenging for a whole heap of reasons. Yeah, whether the environment around them is too stressful, whether they don't feel securely attached, whether they have got some significant vulnerabilities physically, emotionally, or cognitively. Our job is to discover what's really going on underneath. And I am going to reassure you that there is no perfect child. Just because we have a child who's capable of using their manners and being really polite at school, sometimes at home, they're very different. And that's completely normal, because our children learn that there are different ways that they can behave that are wired to their sense of safety. So when they come home, the exhaustion from school can come out. The stress from school can come out. The moment of conflict they had in a playground can come out, because this is my safe base. So as we move forward, may I encourage you to see your children not as kind of solutions to be found, but rather puzzles to be discovered, because within every single child, there are unique strengths. They've been given gifts, and we've got to find what they are, rather than just focus on possible deficits. And I'm pushing 70, and really it was only 5 or 6 years ago that I've worked out a couple of my other challenges in life that I hadn't worked out before. I didn't know I was the rooster orchid girl from my childhood until I wrote my book Girlhood. So I'm still discovering myself at near 70. So it's an endless journey of discovery and celebration, and then working together to work out how we overcome the tricky things that can happen in our lives as parents, educators, or just humans on this crazy dance called life. I hope that gives you some ideas and food for thought for this month.